Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome to HT's EDC, and this is live show number 10. How's everybody doing this evening? You guys, can you guys hear me loud and clear? Can I get a sound check real quick from somebody? Looks like we got 6 folks in here. Junior Knife Collector. We got good sound and audio, folks. Somebody give me a couple thumbs up or let me know real quick. Looks good. Sounds good on my end. James Alton. Thank you, buddy. How many we got in here? Looks like we got 5 people. Appreciate everybody. Dan Harris. How you doing, Dan? Dan the man. Just did a little, Miss T just did a little horse trading with old Dan the man. And as she slips in here, make some room for the queen.
Hello, guys.
Now it's a party.
Dan, Ezra.
There we go, yeah.
Jeff Jackson.
How you doing, Jeff? Who else is in here? We got 8 now. James Alton, Dan Harris, Junior Knife Collector, Jake, 10 folks.
Jeff, I love how you say hi to me first and then Harold. I love that part.
Todd Wills. He said, "What's up, HT and Miss HT?" So I'm just saying. Way to go, Todd.
He just did that because he missed the earlier part.
I know why they're here. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I did. As Big Jim says, I'm going to get in where I left it in. So.
That's right.
Mark Gallagher, Mr. and Mrs. C. He kept it politically correct. Mark is Mr. and Mrs. Beach. Now it's a party. How you doing, Beach? Jason Beecher. We got Bubba. Brian, how you doing? This show tonight, kind of dedicated to you a little bit, Junior Knife Collector. I know you don't need this because you're well on your way, but tonight is kind of going to be themed for a new collector, and that doesn't necessarily mean age. I know.
I was going to say, I'm not a new knife collector,
That's right.
So I fit in that category too, so don't worry.
It's not an age or gender specific thing, but this one's going to be good. I thought of this one for new collectors.
Dan Harris says he hasn't gotten his trade in yet.
I thought it would be there today. Sorry about that, Dan. We got ours yesterday, and I thought for sure it'd be there today. I will
tell you, El Dorado, Arkansas mail is crap. Oh, Bubba's sending me some stickers. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Our mail is slow. But I promise you, it's on its way.
It is.
Not a collector laugh.
You just have to be patient with our, our slow postal service.
He said it's not your fault. I hear you.
We got a Dub in the house.
USPS in Georgia's crap.
We can't take. Well, he ain't in here yet, so we can bash on the postal service. Old Don's not in here yet.
Oh, he works for the postal service.
Yeah, he's I think a dignitary. He's high up in the postal service. So
our driver can't distinguish 200 from 202.
Administration's the word I was looking for. He's in administration.
We get each other's mail all the time. Tommy Boy Knives. Whoop. Whoop in the house.
Bubba says he talks crap on them as well. So sometimes if the shoe fits, well.
Stan's Cutlery Universe.
Stan the man. Come on. How you doing, Stan? I bet it's cooling off nice up there in Michigan right now.
Michigan. Oh.
Michigan.
I bet they ain't got no snow yet, though. Maybe?
Probably not yet. No snow yet, right, Stan? I'm sure he'll tell us here in a minute.
With Maynard.
Now we got Brother Rex in here, Brother Blades and More. Good to have you, sir. He said, yes, it's cooling off, but no snow. When do y'all usually get your first snow? About October, Stan? Would that be right when you get your first snow of the year?
Henry Christopher.
They may even get some late September. That up there, that lake effect snow.
Beecher said it was 43 this morning.
And he is in New York State. They get the snow too.
Mm.
It cool. It was like we had our little false fall here for about 2 weeks. It got down in like the low to mid 80s, which was wonderful. And I said, don't buy into it yet, because now I'm looking at today was like 87, 86. But like starting tomorrow, we got 14 days in a row, 90 to like 96. So I knew it was too good to be true. So
That's crap.
Bubba said 76 and gorgeous.
Tommy
We're
Boy says 64 here.
we are still sweltering. All right. Well, we got, what time is it? 6:03.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk for another couple minutes. While we do that,
Jackson. Woo,
it was
38
30.
here this morning. I wouldn't have got up out the bed.
What's everybody toting? You know how we started off around here? We need 22 people to tell us what's in their pocket today. Let's hear about some good pocket knives. We'll let the queen. You got it right. We'll let the queen. You got it right. Do you
I've
not?
already emptied my pockets.
The queen will be back.
Will I?
You got to do with what you toting. What is this around here? I'm Mr. What You Toting.
But I took them out of my pockets.
Anywho, I'll show you what was in mine. What else we got going on here? We got anybody that's chimed in? Somebody's at 65. Victor Blades. I got my 2 Case Trappers and my Spyderco Military 2. Very good one. You might see something about one of those knives a little later. Actually, both those knives a little later. Spoiler alert. What else? Queen Mini Trapper, PM3, Rosecraft Riverbend Skinner, Todd Willis with a 110. Come on. And a Case 75. Jeff Jackson's got the Bug Out Killer, a Barlow Hammer brand, and a mini toothpick. That's covered. I like that. Henry Christopher. Hello, Henry. Good to see you. R103 Bullet Jack. What's Junior Knife Collector rocking? A Spyderco Tenacious and a Case Trapper. Solid. Kershaw Knockout. Now, James, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know exactly what model that is. No, Kershaw is probably pretty good. And he's got him a SP Trapper. Okay. Yep. What else here? Buck Small Barlow from Barn Door Blades. All right. Well, while Miss T scurries and gets hers, you can't find it.
I used it when I cut open something and walked it off at the sink, and now I don't know where I put it down at. I know, fire me. I can't help it.
Law. I mean.
Oh, I put it back in my knife case.
Good thing she's pretty.
I used it.
Well, here, you ladies first.
Okay, that's why it wasn't in my pocket, because I used it and I cleaned it, and then I couldn't remember where I put it. But I had already stuck it back in my toolbox that I use for my knives.
And what is it?
It's a Benchmade.
The Benchmade.
I don't know. Proper.
319 proper with a little HT lanyard bead on it. And are you going to cut yourself trying to close it? Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well,
Toting my new Rough Rider Heavy Forged Stockman. Civivi.
I am toting this big guy. This is the 4 1/4 inch Lake Champlain Barlow. We're representing the Barlow Queen today. So.
Oh, let me see how that fits in my hand.
Oh, Lord.
I do like it. It's just a little bit too big for me. I'll let you keep it.
Oh, will you? Anyway, that is jig titanium and one of the best. Listen to those acoustics. That is sick. Long nail pull. This thing is awesome. So I'm repping Big Jim and the Barlow Queen today. I'm toting a Barlow myself. I got one more knife that's part of my tote, but it'll actually come up here in a little bit later.
Tommy boy, you do not own a Barlow?
Say, did you just?
I'm in shock. I just don't even know how to respond to that.
Come on,
I'm thinking
Ryan.
the Lord might rectify that.
Come on,
soon.
Ryan.
That's, oh, you broke me. You just broke my heart.
We got Mo in here. How you doing, Mo? Kirby
Don's
Creek?
in here. Don't hurt him, BQ.
Oh, we got Don in here.
That's what I said.
We can stop ribbing on the Postal Service now. It's a C. Risner. Oh, yeah. Did somebody ask me that? Yes, that is from Traditional Pocket Knife, C. Risner. Yep, that is their Lake Champlain Barlow. Jig titanium, definitely a modern, traditional screwed construction titanium. Modern steel, but I love it still. I do.
Oh, Big Jim took care of you, Jeff. That's freaking awesome.
What'd he say?
He didn't own one either, but Big Jim hooked him up. He rectified that for him.
Yep, Ryan, we're going to have to work on that, buddy.
They ain't none better than Big Jim, y'all. I think he was my daddy in a past life or something. We're kindred spirits.
What's Don saying? He's got a 65 Leatherman Sodbuster left pocket, Kalen line trapper in my shirt pocket, along with my Holy Lamb pocket cross. And Jesus, little Jesus in his challenge coin. Right on.
Venison chili mac.
All right. Well, let's get Billy McKay. How you doing, Billy? Saw that he snuck in here on me. Anyway, tonight, the topic I'm going to talk about tonight is if you're just getting into collecting, where do you start? Like somebody was to ask me, man, I'm digging this pocket knife thing, man, but I'm overwhelmed. I mean, I need to start me at ground zero. What is some good ones? Point me in the right direction. And like I said, this can be for a young collector. It can be
an old, just new collector.
That's right. And sometimes it can just be overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Because there's 1,000,003 knives out there. Now I'm going to preface this up front. This is my 7. But I think most of you will agree on a good handful of these would probably be in your 7 if you think about it. So be thinking about it. Where would you send if somebody asked you, man, I don't know good knives, you know, what's a good one? What is some good brands? What should I start out with if I'm just starting a collection? Where do I go? And I've got 7, and these were tough. I got 7 and 2 honorable mentions. And we're going to get into it. We're going to start with the honorable mentions first.
Yeah, I was fixing to say he can't count because there's more than 7 sitting there. So he rectified that because I was fixing to bust him out to everybody. Cornbread's in the house.
There he is. There's the man. How you doing, Mike? Howdy, everybody. There you go.
2 knives. Everybody needs an Open L and a Mora. And I have to say, I have both of those.
Time out. Who's doing this? Anyway, since that has already been busted out, and I really thought about putting this in my top 7 to have this type of blade represented, but I didn't. But I'm putting it in honorable mention. So this one could be in the top, a lot of y'all's top 7. But as y'all just said, yeah, hard to beat a good old Mora. And I know Dawn is loving this right now, seeing all those nice, beautiful teeners on this one. Red and black. Bubba, there you go. This, I guess, is my Bulldog Mora in carbon steel. But anyway, folks, if I represented one, I didn't represent one. A fixed blade didn't make my 7, but it easily could. And I second guessing myself about just not having one in the top 7. But this would be the on the on deck circle. This would be the 6th man of the year. They are cheap. You can't beat them. You can't tear them up. Great truck knives. tackle box knives, hunting knives. I mean, these things do food prep. I food prep
very, very affordable. For some reason, and excuse me for interrupting you, but why do I feel like this had a start with the thing you scrape the magnesium?
No.
Start, you know what I'm talking
You
about?
talking about this little tab right here? It
to start a fire.
Yeah, a fire starter, a ferro rod.
Yeah, ferro rod. I thought that had one of they don't.
Well, you're probably thinking, she's probably thinking of, and the guy that sent it to me is in here, hunting for hookers. You remember that orange Mora that you gifted me with? He did gift me with one that had the braid. It was orange and it came with the.
Okay, I thought I remembered.
So yes and no, but this has nothing to do with it. That right there, if you guys know, that is for stacking them. You can stack cheese with these. So like if you were to hook them up on a pegboard or whatever, you could have a whole string of these stacked on top of each other for just like storage purposes. That's actually what that little peg is for on the front of them. But anyway, these things are $10 to $20, pretty much.
Yeah,
there is some models that are over the Garberg. Anyway, probably 85% of their inventory is $20 or less. And for the money, you can't beat them. You just simply can't beat them. And if I was to say, starting out, I want to try a fixed blade. I've never had a fixed blade in my life, HT. Where would I send you? I'd send them and get a Mora. So, honorable mention numero uno, the Mora Kniv. And I think this one, doesn't matter. There's 1,000,001 models, but a cheap Mora.
And I have one that is smaller than that. That's a neck knife.
The Eldris.
That I can carry when I go into the woods.
I'm looking at it through my living room right now, through this door in here. It hangs at my door, and that is my yard knife, the Mora Eldris. And I throw it around when I'm outside working in the yard or on the mower. I just throw that on, and I've always got a little tough, stout knife. If my weed eater gets bound up, you always get cord, something wrapped around your weed eater. Got to take it apart, and that's a tough little knife. I mean, you can hack right through stuff like that. It is just a good little outside, nothing knife to throw around your neck, and you got a blade on you. Number 2, when she gets through typing here, she's actually typing something out.
Yeah, because I got in trouble for doing all these questions out loud during your live. So now I'm typing it.
You didn't send it yet. Anyway. This is a manufacturer that's going to come up in the top 7, and I haggled between this one and another model of which one I wanted to show. But this one, we're going to put it as honorable mention, and this is the Benchmade, and it is the Griptilian. American made. There's the old butterfly. This one is heavily customized. It's got acid wash blades. I got Putnam scales on it. Anyway, doesn't matter. But this was the knife, kind of Benchmade's entry-level knife that came out, like 20-something years ago. And I would call it a co-flagship model with the one that's coming up here shortly. Some people like this more. It's awesome in hand. It's tough. Has their first claim to fame with their old Axis lock here that Benchmade is known for. But this is the Griptilian, and it is awesome. They are still making them. Actually have them in their custom shop now. But in the day, this knife was about $95 to $110, depending on where you got it at. And since then, Benchmade's really went nuts, in my opinion, on their pricing. And Spyderco ain't quite got that bad, but they're on their way. But I don't know. I think these knives now are probably $140, $150. I could be wrong. Hadn't bought one in a long time. But in the day, in their popularity, their heyday, this was about $100 knife, and you just couldn't beat it. Fantastic knife. It would be if somebody, HT, I've heard about that Benchmade. Ain't they good knives? If I want to get a Benchmade, what should I get? What model should I get? it would be this one, and you can guys already know the one that's coming up, but I haggled, but I'm going to put this as honorable mention for number 2. What we laughing at?
Beecher.
What'd
Do
he
I
say?
need to come down and straighten him out, Barlow Queen? Yes, please.
Okay. Numero uno, getting into my top 7 knives. If someone wanted to start a collection, this is where I would send them. And she's already said this one too. Yep. Got to have that in your collection. Inexpensive. It's not going to break the bank. And they've sold like more of these knives than anything in the world.
Wasn't Jake looking for one of them?
Jake, Junior Knife Collector?
Uh-huh. Wasn't he needing an open nail?
I don't know. Ask him.
Jake, was you needing an open nail? For some reason, I'm thinking there was something you was looking for or something you needed.
I must have missed that one. But anyway, I went ahead and grabbed the number 8 because this can be a little overwhelming too. Well, what open nail, HT? This is kind of the Cadillac of open nails. Most people find the number 8 size most popular.
Yeah.
If I can keep it on camera. This is how it looks in my paws. Perfect. I particularly like the number 9 is probably my Goldilocks, one step up from this. But I go between a number 8, 9, or 10. So this is as small as I go. But this is by far the most popular seller for open nail. And folks, they are, beechwood hand. Now they got all kind of handles. I kind of got a standard one. I don't think this one's too, that might be oak. I don't know. Typically they're beechwood, and you can either get them, and obviously this one is carbon steel. Is that right? No, it's not right. Inox. This is stainless steel. If you see Inox on it, that's stainless. And if not, underneath open nail, it'll say carbon. I got some of each. But again, $15 to $20, depending on and maybe even some cheaper than that. My go as cheap as $12 up to about $20. You've heard me say the king of slicers. These things are excellent, like picnic knives, or we keep a number 12, which is a big old honking thing.
And that's what Gary's saying, Chris Gary.
Gary?
He said he's got a 10 and a 12 in the kitchen.
We have a number 12, and I use it all the time for my kitchen prep. And we've got nicer knives. We got a block set of knives, and 90% of the time I go get that number 12 out of the drawer. She can attest to that. They are slicing mamma jammas, but won't break the bank. As you can see, I put a little easy open notch on here. I put a hole in it, put a lanyard on it. Very customizable. So hold your thought. I'm going to put a lid on this one. But the open nail, and where would I send most people? I'd go ahead and get the number 8. Not my favorite. I do appreciate the 8. I have an 8, but it's a great size. Open nail, number 8. That is the first one. Now what'd you have?
Way down.
Wait, hey, Wade. We got our son popping in here. Howdy, buddy.
I'm like, what? Is there another Wade Allen on this planet?
No, I hope not. Hope I just said hello to our son. Number 2. And I kind of done them all in a row. I'm going to go traditional, and then I'm going to morph into moderns. And we've already showed an honorable mention for a fixed blade. Yep. 54 Trapper. There's a reason, folks, that Case, every single time they come out with a new run, a new pattern, always has this one. It is extremely popular. We got one here in good old red bone. This is a 1972 red bone. And look up in there, Don. Stainless steel. This is an SS. Actually, it didn't say that. It says tested XX razor edge. But right there, if you read that tang stamp, that is stainless steel. This was a birthday present from my brother. Actually, I think it was Christmas from Eddie. He knows I love Redbone. But anyway, tried and true, a trapper. Like I say, there's a reason they're probably their most popular seller throughout Case's history. They every time they come out with a new line, it's going to have a trapper. It may be a 7-knife set or a 6-knife set or 8-knife set in this run, but it's always going to have a trapper, and they're just tried and true. Grandpa used to have them. Yeah, these are just iconic. The 54 trapper from Case. Everybody knows it. Most everybody probably loves it, but that's what I have for number 2. Nice snap on that 70 snap here. Come on.
Wade and Stephanie are both in here.
Hey, guys.
I'm so excited.
I know I'll have you asleep in a little bit, but I'm glad you came. Numero 3. Where would I send somebody? And this would be specially for my younger. This definitely would be for a younger collector. You knew it was coming. A good old Swiss Army knife. This one is the Tinker. This one was like a Yosemite National Park model somebody got there. But the model number on this one is a Tinker, but it don't matter. Pretty much these have been most kids' knives. If it hadn't been this, it's been like a camp knife, a Cub Scout knife, or a Swiss Army knife. But it doesn't even matter. Even, us older folks, any respectable collection is going to have at least one Swiss Army knife. Just they're useful, folks. And my particular thing about them is that back tool. If I can show it right, turn it around here. I have to have this right there, and that is the Phillips screwdriver. I know there's a ton of models that have the corkscrew on the back, and that's okay. But we're not me and the Queen aren't popping bubbly too many times, needing a corkscrew. Maybe New Year's or something, but I use this all the time. All the time I'm needing a Phillips screwdriver. So my suggestion would be get one like this, a model that has the back tool of a Phillips screwdriver. But that's personal preference. If you're into wine and cheese and crackers and picnics, you may love the corkscrew. But I mean, these have bottle openers. They have can openers, large blade, small blade. Scissors in a lot of cases on these models, and actually their scissors are pretty darn good. They're not just a toy. Most sack owners can attest to that. They're actually useful little scissors. Come in real handy. But gotta have at least one Swiss Army knife in the collection. What you hunting there?
Nothing.
Number 4. How we doing on time? 28 minutes. You guys probably guessed that this one was coming. And I only have one of them in my 7. Yep. The 110. And you guys know, I would say the 112. I like it just a skosh better than the 10. But this is one that started all, folks. Needs no introduction. The 110 Folding Hunter. Iconic. Massive, strong, backlock, just incredible, an incredible knife. Tried and true. There's nothing I'm going to bring to this one that you guys don't know, but a new collector, I guess, wouldn't know. I would say if you want a backlock, you want a hardy knife, a good lockback, a safe knife, look no further. They've been making them since 1964, folks, and they broke the mold with this one. There has been a gazillion copies, basically, of this knife, and for good reason. It just works. It just works. It's timeless. But for my lockback, I would send somebody. You need a lockback in your collection. My first place I'm sending you, get you a buck 110. He says, hunting for hookers says
Throw
throw
the
the.
clock out the window.
I hear you. Well, I try not to go too long. I know people are busy on weeknights, or if it's a weekend like we used to do them, we could stay here all night if you wanted to. But I try to be respectful of everybody's time on the weeknights. Okay, that was my first 4, and those were all moderns. Now I'm going to get over to where I would send somebody. Yeah, HT, those old ones, yeah, I might get a Swiss Army knife, an Opinel. Those are kind of cool, but the youngsters, the hipsters, and all, they want flicky, and tactical and all that. And I said, okay, that's okay. So I got something for them too.
So what year was the 110 born?
64.
The 110 and I born in the same year, Cliff Maynard.
64 must be. So you saw earlier for Benchmade, that got honorable mentions. I'm pretty sure y'all know what's coming up. Oh yeah, the 940 Osborne. Just about the perfect EDC knife, modern
and
knife.
Beautiful green scales.
Well, there is that. And purple, which mine's faded. Mine's not even really blingy purple anymore. But this is the OG. There's been a gazillion derivatives of this, but this is the old school green aluminum, purple backspacer, S30V steel. And this is EDC perfection. It's got, look at this. It's got your pendulum, silky smooth action. It's got a real cool, maybe even tactical. Wade, is that one tactical with that blade shape? I know Wade likes, my son, he likes the tactical stuff. I wouldn't call this per se a tactical knife, but it's got some tactical cues to it. But this thing is just perfection, folks. It's a perfect weight. It's easy to deploy. Look at that, just silky smooth. I'm not doing none of this. I mean, look at this action.
Wade said, I think so.
Just awesome. And I would say that it is co flagship model for Benchmade. It would be it or the Griptilian that most people thought of. The Griptilian, if you were kind of on a budget, these are around $100. And to step up into the 940, you had to get closer. I think in the day they were like 180, 165 when they first came out. Now they're up to like 216. They're over $200 for a base model. And
Woo!
What?
The Munties you've been spending.
Well, I've had this one forever. I ain't spent that Munties in
I
a
should
long
have
time.
been a little bit more involved in this from the start.
Anyway, this is just plain old S30V Benchmade, which I personally think they have the heat treat down on that. I have no problem whatsoever. I'm a fan of S30V, but if you want, they got them now out. I've got one, and Magna Cut. They've got all your tricky dicky steels. So, and not green. They've got different colors, different steels, coated blade. But when you talk about the OG, that's it right there. And I actually carried this knife yesterday, so it was in my video from behind the house on my deer hunting video, deer setup video. What else we got?
Dallas says, sorry I'm late. You get in where you fit in. Don't even worry. Michael McNeil.
Woo. Look at here. 51.
Yeah, we was at 50 a second ago. So
Thank
we're
you,
doing
guys.
fabulous.
That might be our new high. We hit 50 once before, but
you're up to 22 thumbs up. That's
20.
good.
Oh, hold on now. This ain't no video. If there's 51 people in here, why don't that say 51 and 51? Oh, they just ran for the hill when I said about it. Now it's 45.
They said, peace out.
Anyway, hit that like button for me before y'all leave, guys. It's much appreciated. That was an awesome video, HT. Thank you, Ryan. Did you like that one? We actually went out there today, and that little tire deal I nailed in the ground, that little feed station, I went out there and coated that with bran, put some more of the sticky stuff all around the tire, and then I sprinkled a mineral. They call it, I don't know if y'all guys have it your way. Probably do. rice bran, but it's just like a powdered mineral. And anyway, I coated that tire with it. While I was up there, I didn't want to go back into the area again since I was just there yesterday, but I wanted to get out that brand. And so while I was there, I checked my game card and had 3 deer. Found it last night, a doe and 2 little ones. So hopefully a lot more find it when I put out this mineral that I did this afternoon. Anyway, where are we at? We're on number 6.
HT was putting out the deer crack. Yes.
Yeah, I was.
I won't be doing no hunting this year, but I guess I'll be supervising.
That is to be determined. She says she's out this year, but I still think she might do a crossbow. But if not, she can go with me and she can get on the deer calls and all that, be good company. But she says I understand it. I definitely understand it with a firearm. She couldn't. That would not be a wise move with a firearm this year in her finger and her hand, because she's left-handed and that's her trigger hand. But
this is my brace hand, and I can't brace.
Yeah, it's right-handed, but yeah, that's what she'd be squeezing the stock or sitting up on the stock. So
Chris said, "Big old bag of come here, deer."
Come here, deer. Yep. We've used that actually.
Yeah, Todd, I've got a crossbow.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to say I believe she could pull it off, but I'm leaving that up to her. But
317.
If somehow she went back there and did hurt it more, I wouldn't forgive myself.
Hunting for hookers. Put a ribeye on the tire. You can get a picture of me.
I know that's right.
That is awesome.
All right, guys. This one you're going to have to get a little creative. This is taking the place of the knife I want to show. So I got the knife closest to it that I could. And this is for Spyderco. So you guys go with me on this journey that I'm showing y'all a Paramilitary 2. This is actually the Stretch 2, which and this may sound sacrilegious, actually like just a shade more than a PM2, but I'm not crazy. Probably the Spyderco PM2 is probably their flagship model. Some would argue maybe the military, Spyderco military, but most everybody is going to say a PM2 when you think of Spyderco. But unbeknownst to me, I thought I had at least kept one in my collection, and I don't own one anymore. I had like between 7 and 10 Paramilitary 2s at one time when I was hot into moderns. It was a model I liked a lot. Obviously, if I had 7 or more of them, but I don't even own a PM2 no more. But this guy right here is probably the closest one to the blade shape and the handle. They're almost identical in specs, and I really like this one. This is the Stretch 2, and this is in K390. As you can see, it has Teeners on it, so you can actually get a modern knife in some tool steels and have some Teeners if you're savvy enough. But you're just going to have to use your imagination that I'm showing you the Paramilitary 2, because that's what I would say. I would send somebody to Spyderco. I would tell them to, depending on how big they are, how big their hands are, and if they like a full-size knife or they like a small compact knife. I'm not a PM, or like what do they call it, Para 3. I'm not a Para 3 guy. I would send somebody that likes my size knives or likes bigger knives. I would send them to the PM2. But if they're smaller, and like a little more nimble knife, maybe the Para 3. But just an iconic knife, full flat grinds, hand filling, great at nothing but good at everything. Just kind of a jack of all trades knives. Good slicer. Is there slicier? Probably. Tough. Is there tougher? Yeah, there is tougher, but it's pretty tough. It's pretty slicey and super dependable. So I would say for Spyderco, start out with a PM2, Paramilitary 2.
Big Jim made it.
Big Jim, how you doing, buddy? You ain't had to toss anybody out. Who we got over here? Hey, it's the Johnstons. How you doing?
Yeah, Oxy Feed's here.
Dave. How you doing, Dave? What's your weather up there, Dave? I know he told me the other day he had to close off the pool and the pool was shut down for the year. When do y'all usually get your first snow, Dave? Do y'all get any in September typically, or is it usually October also? Let us know down in the comments.
Just curiosity.
Yep, I know some of the northern up there, they get snow in September. First snow of the year. Okay, last but not least, we're at 40 minutes. And this one, okay, this one is going to be a little bougie. This would be the expensive model. Somebody that wants a really good knife and has the means. Like, hey, I want to jump into this 2 feet first, HT. What is, and I want a modern knife and I want a good one. And they got the money. Chris Reeve. I would tell them to go get a Sebenza. If they got the money and they want a great, just modern knife, basically modern perfection, I would go send them to a Sebenza. And this one here is in Magna Cut, but believe it or not, and that's just honestly what they're running right now. That's their steel that they're on right now. They've went to Magna Cut, but this is what they call a plain Jane. And I have had a few Chris Reeves through the years, and I've had the bog oak. I've had the real fancy inlays, the micarta. What was the yellow looking one? It was like a burl wood. But anyway, they were so nice and just, had such fancy scales and covers on them that I just hardly didn't even want to carry them. The only time I'd carry them would be once a year to a wedding, special occasion, something. They were just too bougie. So this is called a PJ. I got it plain titanium. It is Magna Cut, so I guess it's got a bougie steel. But this is just no frills. Frame lock. I don't have I don't care for the little lanyard on the back of those that they come with. So that's just personal preference. But somebody says, man, I want okay, my budget can stand it. Where do you send me? I want to spend some money. I want to get a good modern knife. And I don't say money ain't an object, but they have the means to do it. Go get you a Sebenza. This is the full size right here, 31. This is what it looks like in hand. This is the Insingo blade. Kind of my favorite blade so far. They have 3 blades. This is called the Insingo. It's kind of like I would say kind of a sheep's foot, but with a lot of belly. See that belly there? But they call it Insingo. And then they have their tried and true drop point. I've had one of those. I've had that blade before, which is fine. And a Tonto. That is the only blade shape I have not got so far in a Chris Reeve. And if I ever get another one, I probably will get the Tonto because I'd like to try it out. But yeah, that's pretty well, in my opinion, folks. Modern knife. If you got the money and you got the means, the tolerances, and okay, what makes it so good, HT? Everything on here, the tolerances that everything is screwed to, the machining on it, it is just absolutely perfect. They're glassy. They have a Sebenza feel when you open them and close them. They're not super flicky. I've got mine where, broke in enough that I can thumb flick it out, but they're known for just rolling them out. And it is just, you have to experience it. It is just like riding on glass. So are they worth the money? Are they worth $500? And this is probably a $500 or plus knife. That's all. That's personal preference. I'll never tell you. Is it a darn good, well-made knife? Yes. Is it worth $500? I won't tell you that. was for me. Obviously, I got one, and I've had one in the collection, for a good while. At least kept one. But are they all that they're said to be? Take the price tag away. Are they a fantastic, awesomely well-made American, all-American made knife? Yes. $500 worth it? You tell me. It is a lot of money. And there's a lot of other knives here that can, at the end of the day, this is a cutting tool and it makes cuts. Do you want one that $500 cutter? You tell me. Can it be done a lot cheaper? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wade says, love this Sabenza. Hunting for Hooker says, Chris Reeve, we have a winner.
Oh, yeah.
Don says he thought you was going to show a folding Hummer.
Believe it or not, no, Don, I don't know if you got in here late, but we had, well, yeah, I did I showed the 110 folding hunter, but I'm sure he was talking about a folding hunter, 2-blade like folding hunter, but
Cliff Maynard said he's never heard of that, HT.
Never heard of a Sabenza? Well, they're American made. They're actually out of Idaho, just like Buck. What is the name of theirs? Buck is Post Falls. I don't know if Chris Reeves is Post Falls, but even right here on the blade, I don't know if you can see that.
J.O. Ventures is in the house.
It says right here, Idaho made.
Yeah, now you can read it. If you tilted it like that, you could.
Right when I turned
right
it. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Idaho made. And I should know is it Post Falls? Tell me down in the comments. Is it Post Falls or where is they're in Idaho with Buck? But they are an awesome knife. They really are. If you have the means and you want an upper end, if somebody just told me, HT, I got the means, I want a really nice modern folder, where do you send me? Where do you start? Well, I would start with Chris Reeve. I think Rick Hinderer makes a really good knife. I think I have 2 of those now, but if they could only take one, I would start them at Chris Reeve.
Barlow Brigade Big Jim said, be careful, folks, a highly cloned knife.
They do. You definitely got to be careful.
He says Sabenzas. I mean,
yeah, I know he's got one that he
got took on.
Well, he got it, I think, at a yard sale or something. He found one like a Boise, Idaho. Is it, Mario? Is it Boise? I don't know. But they are awesome knife. But anyway, I tried to throw something in there for every budget. Part of my 7, like any kind of collector came at me, there'd be something for somebody. You can get into something like this for around $200.
Post Falls, Kirby Creek.
Post Falls.
Creek said Post Falls.
Thank you. That's Post Falls. Is that same as?
That's what Google said. Laugh out loud.
I guess same thing. Post Falls and same as Buck, right? Anyway, Idaho. I knew Idaho, but yeah, you can get into something like this for $200. And saying this was a PM2, what are they now? A baseline PM2, like 180. I think you can get into a paramilitary 2 south of 200. But yeah, it's a step up in change for one of these. But again, I tried to put a little something for everybody's budget from $20, $15. Yeah, all the way up to a $500 bill. But that's where I'd send them. Let me know down in the comments what I missed. If you like my list. What are we saying?
Jeff Jackson said commercial got me again. David Bishop, $500 buys a bunch of grandpa knives. Laugh out loud.
This is true.
Their website says Boise.
Boise on their website.
Greg Wilmoth. He's here.
I thought they were different. I didn't think it was the same city as Buck.
Your Queen 31 lockback stag video pushed me over the edge to buy me one, and I love it.
Who was that?
Henry Christopher.
Good deal. But yeah, I tried to put a little something in there for somebody, but let me know. Same question. If somebody asked you guys that, like 7 knives, where you guys would send them. I think I got a few in there that most people would agree on. I know this one will be polarizing. I mean, that is simply, probably whether it's in your budget or not. There's some of you just, I am not paying $500 for a knife. No way, no how. I respect that, understand that completely. And that's why I got one of them. I got one now to my name. And
I was going to ask you how many of those you had now. Just one.
Uno. One. So.
Well, if anybody asks me about 7 knives, I'm just going to say, go look at his and pick you out 7.
Any 7?
Any 7. Just take 7.
I tell you what.
I ain't letting them look at mine. But they can look at yours and take 7.
You got a toolbox full over there yourself.
Yeah, I'm graduating to a different case.
Video on that coming, by the way.
Any folding hunters, Cliff Maynard.
Any folding hunters?
You can tell
what do you mean, Cliff? The only one I showed in my 7 for somebody starting out would be a buck 110 folding hunter. But personal preference, yeah, I would say a folding hunter. But I was trying to keep personal bias out of it. What I would send somebody to if, trying to keep my bias out of it. I'd tell them a buck 112, I'd tell them all 940, it's not my favorite 7, but I was trying to be across the board where I would send somebody that, didn't know a Sabenza from a salt shaker. So.
Kodiak Edge, bladesmithing's in the house.
Kodiak Edge, you in here? How you doing?
Yeah. So Mario says if I had the money, I would get a McNeese Dixon.
I have heard of the brand McNeese, but I'm not.
I don't have a clue what
you got. I'm far removed. I know old school moderns, but anything that's came out probably in the last 5 years, I'm not your Huckleberry because I've been that long chasing traditionals now. But I do have a certain amount of moderns that I'll never get rid of, that I love, that are tried and true to me. But if it's new stuff, I'm not your guy. Somebody asked me what's the latest and greatest modern HT, I wouldn't answer. I'd send them on to some of my other knife buddies because I ain't the man for the job on that anymore. I'm a little too much removed. 57, I'm going to say that's a new high. I don't think we've ever been 57.
Don said, can't say you missed anything. There's so much choices.
Oh, yeah.
Great cutlery out there. You absolutely showed some great gems. Thank you, too.
Every time I brag on it, look at there. I said 57, now it's 54.
Quit talking about it. If you just hush and just let it happen.
I know, right?
You're killing me, Smalls. Sip it.
But anyway, we're going to get off here. We're almost at 53 minutes now. Thank you, guys. I hope that was informative. Do hit that like button for us, and do tell me how I did and tell me what I missed, because I will read these tomorrow. I'm going to go back and read. I think it's like 24 hours before we have this thing. The replay comes up, but we do read them. And man, maybe y'all have some stuff that I missed that I would, verse me up on, that I would tell the next person.
Henry Christopher, that's because it wasn't my list. If it was my list, it would have said Barlow, 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 Barlow.
What did he say? What was that all about?
That's what he said up here. I'm going to find it again.
Anyway, she's shutting me down. She's shushing me.
Barlow.
Yeah, it would be Barlow.
And then he said, Henry Christopher said Barlow not on the list. Wade said John Graham knives.
John Graham. Yep, that is he is a good, I think, rest in peace, but I believe that's who inspired you to make that custom for me, if I'm not mistaken, right, Wade? But yeah, he made a great custom knife. But I did carry a Barlow today, so she's got to get up off of me. I actually toted a Barlow today, so I gave Barlow some love. Just didn't make my final 7, but that's not a bad one.
Big Jim, I didn't have a Barlow today. I carried my little Benchmade.
She had her a butterfly in her pocket today.
That's what I carried today.
But honestly, she is right, especially for a younger collector or a lady. Barlow, the standard size, like a 3 3/8, what I call the Standard Barlow. That would be a good one. That would probably make a lot of people 7. It ain't bad for sure. But I said you can only come up with 7, and I'm doing the list. But that's why I'm saying hit me up down in the comments and tell me if you agree, which ones you do agree with, and or HT. How did you forget the blah blah blah? So I'm all for it.
So Don says don't get into a comparison with who's got more, because if you do, I'm going to start taking more of yours. I already told him he's got a white Victorinox that he showed the other day. That will end up in mine. I said, and I told him ahead of time. I'm like, Klepto is going to have to take this one.
And when I pulled this out earlier, and she's like, "Let me hold that," I was like, "Oh boy."
It's a little bit too big for me.
I lucked out that this is a little too big and heavy for her. So,
Jo, you're fine. You're fine, darling. I got you. H for H.
Thank you so much, guys. I don't know if that was my high point, but I saw 57 people in here at one point. I'm pretty sure that's our new high for one of our lives, and we sure appreciate it. I know it's a weeknight, and you guys stopping in, giving us your time.
Cool.
We definitely appreciate it. So anyway, we will read those tomorrow. I'll read some of them tonight if I can get to it, but definitely tomorrow we'll read the replay, y'all's comments, and see what all y'all came up with and what you thought.
Brother Blades and More said you made 60 viewers.
Did we? Well, if we made, I know 50 something, I think it was low 50s was our high before. So if we made 60,
we're doing fabulous.
That is a new high, and thank you guys so much for it. We appreciate you. Love you for it.
Yep, we love you all.
So I see now that it's 41. We keep babbling. We keep losing people.
Got other things to do.
We're going to get off here. We love you. Thank y'all for coming out. Hit the like button for us if you will. God bless.
See you guys later.